great season on
Speaking of, I was going to say, speaking of that, do you know exactly how many games we're calling this year?
I checked it last night. I think we have close to 80 games this season. That's not including playoffs. That's we haven't even. Obviously, we don't know what playoffs we're in, but we can't. That can run games, and so we are growing. Right now, just now we have White House in the fold this year, bringing all the White House games, bringing us in. A lot of Brookfield. We got Brookfield the last 2 years, and they love us, we love them, and so we're doing a lot of Brookfield games. I know you and I are doing Big Sandy, Carlisle. There's a lot of good teams. We always try to reach out.
Well, Mother Nature did her very best to put this one off as long as she could, but under the lights will happen here at Bobcat Stadium in Hallsville. We have Hallsville taking on Lindale, a 5A versus 4A out of district matchup. It's going to be a good one here tonight on CBS 19's live stream game of the week. I'm Jimmy Searfoss here in Hallsville, where the rain was torrential. You could call it biblical. Just sheets pounded this stadium. Lightning everywhere from air to ground, but we persist. We led on, and Coach Cochran wasn't going to let this one go not being played because he won it last year. This last game last year came down to the wire a little bit. Hallsville pulled it closer into the end. 2 field goals in the third to make it close. That one was in Lindale. Lindale pulled that one out 35-27. So these teams aren't unfamiliar with each other. Hallsville wearing their iconic purples. Lindale wearing those whites. Hey, this thing's going to get started about 9:15. We'll be bouncing back in and out right now. Just getting warmed back up. It's a slick field out there. Definitely will play a role in tonight's game. Hey, I'm Jimmy Searfoss here on CBS 19 Stream Game of the Week. We'll be right back. And welcome back to CBS 19's Stream Game of the Week, a new addition to our Under the Lights. Right now we are here in Bobcat Stadium in Hallsville, USA, and out come the Lindale Eagles for the first time in 2025. It's been a great thing to see, and here come the Hallsville Bobcats for the very first time here in 2025, and the fans showing out after a long weather delay. This thing was supposed to get kicked off at 7:30. It's now 9:16. I'll let y'all do the math on that one. That's why I'm on the mic talking. I don't do the math. But for the very first time, we have football in this 2025-2026 season. It's been a long wait, made even longer by Mother Nature. Like we said earlier, it was absolutely pouring rain here at Bobcat Stadium. Sheets of it. You took a picture from the other side. We saw some come in. You couldn't even see the home stands, but still, good amount of fans here tonight on a Thursday night right before the Friday Under the Lights kickoff tomorrow night. Shout out to the students. Actually, see if I can get a shot of them showing out tonight to support their stands. Oh, it looks a little bit off there. It's a packed press box here tonight as well. Who's who here at Bobcat Stadium as the officials meet at the center of the field as we get ready for the national anthem again for the first time in 2025. You love to see it. Football is back, people. We are under the lights. The national anthem wraps up here. It was a recording today. The bands went on ahead and went home after about 30 minutes into this weather delay. Don't say I blame them. It's going to be a long one here tonight at Bobcat Stadium. Tonight we got a matchup of 5A Hallsville competing against 4A Lindale. Like we said a little bit earlier, not a matchup that they are unfamiliar with. These two faced off last year. Was a close one. Lindale ended up pulling that one out 35-27 as the captains come on out for the coin toss. This one a few hours later. Slick conditions out there tonight. Hallsville only sends two captains out to meet the four from Lindale. You know, I've never been more disappointed to have such a correct weatherman when he said exactly when this storm was going to get here, how bad it was going to be, and when it was going to dip out, because he was spot on the entire time. Brett Anthony, give this man his flowers for the worst reasons. He's delaying football. We're getting set to be kicked off here. We're just aiming at a 9:15. It's about 9:20 right now, just a little bit off, but we're all there. Hallsville will receive. Lindale will defer to the second half. Well, here's to the first kickoff of 2025. Lindale's going to go for the sweep here. The JV and both freshman teams ended up taking the win last night over Hallsville. That Lindale defense, that's mean. They're going to go to work here early. They got a few big guys on that defense, headed by Caleb Bug Walker. Favorite athlete of his? Micah Parsons in the news today. A little bit of a touchy feeling. We've had a lot of discussions here in the press box about him. The Cowboy, well, I guess we can call him the former Cowboy, announced today that he was traded to Green Bay in a monumental deal. Not the first time Dallas has felt hurt by a star leaving in the last few months. I don't even need to say it, but I'm going to anyways. Luka Doncic is not going to be with us anymore. He's out in L.A. Micah Parsons is in Green Bay, and here we are under the lights. Lindale kicks it off, and it's going to meet it just at the 10-yard line. He'll take it in, gets a few blocks. He's going to get wrapped up around the 25, and that's as far as he's going to go out of bounds. First and 10, Hallsville's going to take the ball on their own 25-yard line. Hallsville out of the shotgun, 2-by-2 with some motion. Of a wide receiver is going to go behind the quarterback, who's going to hand the ball off. Oh, he's going to keep it himself, get a block or two. He's just going to get about 2 or 3 yards on that one, stuffed up early. That's a tough Lindale defense that he's running himself into. Like I said, Bug Walker, you got to watch out for him, but also got to watch out Cam Beeson, favorite athlete, LeBron. But this kid's pretty big. He's starting to pick up some offers. He's a 2027 kid, number 99. You can see him right there next to Caleb Walker, who, if you talk to the kid, will talk your ear off. Really nice kid to talk to. We talked to him at media days. But those two lined up right next to each other is a tough place to run. Second down here in 10. They're going to go with the screen. He's not going to get far. He's going to get wrapped up. That screen was to Coulter Evans, who did not get much there. Down in the quarterback position for Hallsville, it's going to be Remington Franklin, the junior. And he's got a long way to go here. It's third down and 10. Hallsville, long play to go. Third down and 10. He's going to motion the running back out. He's going to go with the screen. He faked it, and then he's So Lindale in prime position to make a move offensively here. Oh, yeah, they're going to take it right around there. The Hallsville's own 39. Lindale getting a quarterback in there who's going into his junior year through just over 1,500 yards. It's going to be Dylan Lingdig. He's going to get it out to his receiver, and he's going to get a bunch of blocks. He's going to pick up a first, or at least get close to the first down. And this Lindale offense is coming out buzzing. But Dylan Lingdig, it's his second year as a captain. Kid's smart, 4.0 GPA. Threw for 16 touchdowns last year for a Lindale squad that was right there in a lot of football games. A lot of those guys that were sophomores last year growing up and getting a little bit older, as he's going to hand this one off to the running back, who's going to get swallowed up early on first down.
Cole Smith was there to make the stop. Good sidestep behind the running back.
Emilian Johnson with the carry. Johnson to the left of Lindig. Motion from Hank Thurman. He's going to go to the other side of Lindig. He's going to get the ball. He's going to get a few blocks, power through for a first down. And they're going to start knocking on the door here. He's going to cross over into the 15, inside the 15-yard line. 8:30 left in the first quarter. Lindale's looking to put a stamp on this one early. I spoke to Coach Cochran, the head coach of the Lindale Eagles, who's going into his 9th year here as Lindig takes the snap. He's going to toss it to the screen, to the top of the screen, and that one's going to get in there for the first touchdown of 2025 for the Lindale Eagles. It was Caden Fowler for the short reception, just waltzed his way into the end zone. White jerseys up 6-0 early on the very first drive of 2025. And you know what? Could not have gone better for him. And the extra point is good. So Lindale jumps out ahead early on. They will put 7 on the board and lead 7-0 with 8:05 left in the first quarter. That was quick. It was the punt, the short punt, made it a really short field for Lindale, who just dished out a few screens, not expecting a whole lot downfield, a lot on the ground here with this slick conditions. But Lindale jumping out early over the Hallsville Bobcats, who are looking to really get things going early this season. They took a few steps forward in the past. If you look at their schedules, 2023 they went 1-9. Last year they went 4-7 in that 5A District 7. Looking to start making some improvements this year again, take another step forward. And they got a tough schedule to go through. Obviously, after Lindale, they got Crandall. Then Corsicana, Pine Tree. That's going to be a big one. That's their big rivals. Then Texas, Jacksonville, Nacogdoches, White House, Marshall, and Mount Pleasant. Definitely some tough matchups on that schedule. They would love to get the win over the 4A, smaller school technically, but definitely no slouch on that end as this kicks. Going to get down right around the 10-yard line. Same man's going to take it in. He's going to find a little room, and he's going to get down past the 30 before swallowed up by a lot of white jerseys. That tough Lindale defense is making its way back out onto the field. Hallsville's sorting together what they want to do on this drive. Lindale just put the decals on the helmets this Tuesday. Decals and dads, a little nice moment for them before they're getting started on the season. Lindale competes in that District of Doom. They're up there with Chapel Hill, Lindale, and then also Henderson, Kilgore. They're starting it off with a 5A team. Remington hands this or fakes the handoff. He's going to get in trouble early. He's off the edge. It's Jackson LeGros, the defensive back / quarterback. Junior gets his first sack of the year. He's listed at 6'3", 185. Not the guy you want to have on your back, especially early on in this ball game. Just missed the block there, faked the handoff, and right behind him was the big man himself, LeGros. Fowler is going to get this one swatted away by Caleb Walker. Big Agent Zero put a paw on it. Looked like that's a Marvion Overshone play from earlier in the year from the Cowboys. didn't quite go the same way. That Overshone scored on that one. This one just made it about, what, 3rd and 19? So Remington Franklin on his second drive. First one had 3rd and 10. This one 3rd and 19. They're going to spread it out here on offense. Lindale is going to come up, pressure on the other side, and it's a different man. This time, number 33, Mason Huron, coming off the edge. That blind side's getting real exploited by Lindale. They just found their second time into the backfield. So for the second straight drive, we will see the punt team come out for Hallsville. Coulter Evans will be the one punting the ball. And he's done it twice by his own end zone. This one's going to get up a little bit deeper. It's going to get down by the 50-yard line before it hits out. A little worse field position for Lindale. Still pretty ideal. Both teams still knocking the rust off of these. Lindale's schedule not going to get much easier after this. Lindale's got Mount Pleasant, then Van after that. Gilmer, Chapel Hill later on. Palestine, Kilgore, Maybank, Pine Tree, and Henderson at Henderson. Lindig's going to get 2 running backs beside him. He's going to hand it off to number 5, who's going to power through and inch his way to the first down marker. It's Hank Thurman with the carry. Lindig by himself back there. 2 by 3, 3 men on the bottom. He's going to look to pass, and that one's going to go through the hand. So for the first time tonight, Lindale doesn't go forward on a play. That pass was intended for Asher Metters. Went through the hands. Lucky he wasn't picked off. So the Bobcats get their first break. 3rd and 1 here. Hallsville's going to go empty in the backfield again. In motion, Hank Thurman, who's going to join the quarterback. He's going to fake the handoff, and this one's going to go off the fingertips of Asher Metters. That one will bring us to 4th down. Lindig's going to stay on the field, make a few substitutions here. In comes Emilian Johnson. 4th down and 1. 5:53 left to play in the first quarter. Emilian lines up to Lidwig's right. Thurman in motion. He's going to hand it off to Emilian, who's going to find some space. He's going to juke out. He's got it on the edge. He's lining up, and he will make his way into the end zone for another touchdown for Lindale. He's going to jump out, add another 6 onto this one. Emilian Johnson, just a quick little bounce to his left. Just a quick little move. And he said, I'm faster than these guys. Just turned it up and ran towards the sideline and into the end zone. 13-0 for Lindale over the Bobcats. We're going to get this extra point. And it is good. So quickly in this first quarter, Lindale tacks on 2 touchdowns. And Hallsville's looking to need a response here soon. Lindale kicking this one back off to Hallsville, who is needing something to get this crowd going back into this one. It's a little dead out there. You get rained on, get down quick, 14-0. I don't blame him. Things seem to have calmed down out there. Not much wind taking place. A lot of humidity after that storm. But it's nice and cool. That's the beautiful part. None of those 90 degrees, 100 degrees times here. Nice and cool. Both of these teams were playoff teams this last year. Early exit playoff teams, but they were playoff teams nevertheless. So Lindale's going to line up and get this one back going. They're going to once again kick this one off. This one not going to Jaden Henderson. This one's going to run into his own man, but he's not going to quite get past that 20-yard line. At best, the 15. Hallsville's working to get past that midfield point. They haven't done it yet. They've essentially been playing half court this whole time. Lindale's coming out firing out of the gate here. They're buzzing.
Well, this is the first time we've actually worked really together, and you get sort of a flow.
Remington Franklin back there for Hallsville, who dons the big purple H. They're going to go out for a run right up the middle by Blaine Hensley. Blaine Hensley. He's not going to get much on that one. It's going to be second down and probably 10. Second down and 9. Bobcats lining up two receivers at the bottom of the screen. Franklin going to fake the handoff, going to fake the screen. He's going to get some trouble. He's getting some pressure, and he's going to escape. He's going to move forward a little bit. Was managed to get out of the first tackle. Wasn't managing to get out of the second and third. Just another small pickup there, if any at all. It's going to be third down and long. The third straight third and long for the Hallsville Bobcats, who are just looking to get something going early on in this ball game. We're all knocking the rust off here. It is still week 1. Sometimes you got to go through it to figure it out. 3-by-1 setup here for the Bobcats. Out of the shotgun, he's going to fake the handoff. Oh, the receiver's going to throw it behind the receiver. That pass intended for Eli Solis, the tight end. One of the bigger targets on this Hallsville squad. That one thrown just a little bit behind. Finally got some time from his offensive line to make a pass. Was just a little bit behind him on that one. Caught him right after the dig. And for the 4th time tonight, we're going to see a punt. 3rd straight time tonight, we're going to see a punt. This one's going to go sky high and not very far. It's going to be fair caught right around the 44-yard line. Hallsville restarting one of the first sports to get us going here for the 2025-2026 school year. Hallsville made some noise in a few different sports last year, and most notably softball. The team went all the way to the state finals. This whole town was fired up, had a parade that went right by this stadium. The whole town came out for that one. That was also during a little bit of a rainy conditions there for the Bobcats, but they persisted. They ended up getting down there. Didn't quite go how they wanted to in the state championship game, but they made it there to begin with. As Lindick's going to hand this one off for a strong pickup on first down. That was Emilian Johnson with the run right up the middle, just doing whatever he wants. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. That was a pickup of 7.
They don't wrap up. They go for the big hit. They try to get the NFL ESPN hit. And didn't wrap up. Had him there, but
Johnson's going to creep a little bit up to Lindig's right. Some motion to the tight end onto the other side. This one's going to get handed off again to the outside. Johnson looking to make that move once more. That scored him the touchdown earlier. It's going to get him a pickup of about 4 or 5. It will be enough for a 1st down for Lindale.
he does get the first down. I'm going to give props out to Colton, number 2, and actually forced Johnson to cut inside. Johnson would have made it to the outside. He still was
Lindig. Another movement. He's going to fake the handoff. He wants it downfield. It one's going to be just a little bit overthrown. Tight coverage. Tight coverage out there from the Bobcats. Number 1, Cole Sellers, who was right on the receiver there, which looked like Caden Fowler, the junior. That was our first shot that we've seen taken downfield from the Lindale Eagles. Well, lining up 3 receivers on the bottom of your screen. Emilian Johnson creeps back up next to Lindig. Lindig's going to drop back, look to his left, get it out to Johnson, who's going to turn up field, run right through his man. He's going to get close, if not maybe pick up that 1st down. Johnson, that's going to be enough for a 1st down. We've seen him get speedy. Now we've seen him plow through some guys. Like we were talking about earlier, we talked to Coach Cochran, who's seen his guys grow up. A lot of these guys gained a lot of great experience last year as young guys. Emilian Johnson's going to be a senior this year. Probably one of those guys that's been playing since he was a sophomore on this varsity level. He's been here before. He's seen the lights. He's seen the rain. As this one's going to be in a jet motion, he's going to hand it off to number 6, who's going to get dragged down. 6, Caden Fowler, the junior wide receiver. He will pick up 8 on that play. It's going to be 2nd and 2. Emilian Johnson's going to come off. On is Jackson Parker at running back. A dual senior running back room for this Lindale Eagles. 1:37 left to go in this 1st quarter. Lindig. Action from number 5. He's going to make his way across. Hank Thurman is going to hand it off, and that one's going to go nowhere. So for the first running win for the Hallsville Bobcats tonight. Number 50, Clay Edelman. We will have a timeout here for an injury. Excuse me, that was not Edelman on the play. That was Levi Bird, linebacker, sophomore linebacker, making the stop for the Hallsville Bobcats on that one. We do have an injury timeout. It's tough to see who it is. We'll take a short break here as we have our stoppage in play. Looks like it was Jackson Parker getting his help off of the field there. Could not put a lot of weight on that right leg. He came in just for the one play after getting subbed out for Emilian Johnson. He was in there before, but he did just get subbed back in. Emilian Johnson's going to get this hole. He's going to make a leap early on. And a lot of flags coming in on this one. And for the short pickup. Be 3rd down and 2, but we'll see if that stands with all the flags coming in. Lindale back knocking on the door. We'll see if this one holds. We're going to get a blind side block from Brody Copeland. Can't do that. That one's going to back him back up. 34 seconds to play here in this first quarter, which has been all Lindale Eagles. So Hallsville catching its first break. It's reinvaded the student section just a little bit. They got some noisemakers. Looks like it's some kind of beach night. If only it was some kind of beach evening. Torrential downpour earlier. 3rd and 17. See if the Bobcats can get their first hold of the night. Lindig's going to get some pressure early. He's going to come off. He's going to have an open man over the middle of the field who just couldn't quite get his hands all the way on it. He missed Caden Fowler right over the middle on a slant. Could not have hit him in stride more, just couldn't quite bring that one in. 4th and 17. But it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field here. Lindig could potentially had some pressure on the edge on that play, but the edge just decided to not pursue. 19 seconds left to play in this first quarter. Lindig. There will be a timeout called. Coach Cochran deciding to keep the offense on the field. Cochran going into his 9th year, made some changes in his offseason regarding his coaching staff. Brought in Tyrone Swoops out of Texas. Both of them were teammates down in Austin as Texas Longhorns. Swoops was a quarterback back then, went to the NFL, played tight end. Now he's coaching the Lindale Eagles tight end room. Our Dan Millay spoke with him. You can find that story on CBS 19 and our website, cbs19.tv. Thank you for joining us tonight on a late night. This thing was supposed to get kicked off about 2 hours ago. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. It's going to be 4th and 17, 19 seconds left to play in this first quarter. Lindig out of the gun. Emilian Johnson to his right. 3 receivers on the top of the screen. He's going to get some pressure early. He's going to roll out, look for a man downfield. That one's going to be ahead of him. Hallsville comes up with its first stop of the evening. Tight coverage on that one from the Bobcats. Forced the quarterback, Lindig, to roll out to his right and forced a first turnover on downs. And the first turnover of the season. So 13 seconds left to play in this first quarter. Some momentum swinging back into the Bobcat side. So Remington Franklin coming back out on the 30-yard line. It's about as good as it's been all game for him. Takes the snap, hands it off to his back, who's going to find a few yards forward. That's Blaine Hensley, just kind of falling forward for a few yards.
Caleb Walker was in there to make that stop.
We'll get another timeout. And we're going to take a short break here on CBS 19 Stream Game of the Week. All right, it wasn't a timeout. It was the end of the first quarter, and now we get to figure out what the other side of the field looks like. Hallsville getting the ball in their best field position all night long. He's going to hand this one off. Finally get some serious pickup yardage from a run from the senior. That would be Blaine Hensley once again with the run. Haven't seen the Bobcats toss it around a lot tonight. Just a lot of running the ball. Not a ton of success to come with it. I mean, he's running straight into a defensive line headed by two big-time playmakers for the Lindale Eagles. And Caleb Walker and Cam Beeson. Cam Beeson aspires. He says, I want to go to TCU. He doesn't have that offer yet. He's been to a few camps. He's currently just sitting with a Sacramento State and UTEP offer, but he is a 2027 kid. That got some time. Is this one finally going to see a pass? This one completed from Franklin, who's going to find room. He's going to turn it up a little bit and to get a first down. Here's some life out of the Bobcats. Look at number 2, Coulter Evans, wide receiver, finally putting the Jets on, squirting free for a few more. Made his way out of the first tackle. We might have to see him a little bit again later on tonight. Turn the Jets on there. So some life coming out of the Hallsville Bobcats after 3 straight 3-and-out. Franklin is going to hand this one back off to his senior running back, who's going to get blown right back. That was number 11, Chase Woodley, blowing him up there alongside Caleb Walker, who we were just talking about. Caleb Walker, multi-sport athlete here, plays basketball, has a 46-foot shot put throw. I think that's pretty good.
10-16 left here in the second quarter against Lindale.
Hallsville, second down and 10. 10-12 left to play in this second quarter. Solis, the tight end's going to get in motion. This one's going to get tipped off the hands of number 5, Houston Rowe. And all of a sudden, a promising drive's looking at 3rd and long, dead in the face. Rowe was coming forward on the screen pass there, just couldn't quite handle the pass. Hallsville down in this one early, 14-0. This one got interesting later on, as maybe some things were developing last year in this first game. These two faced off against each other early on, as Franklin's going to drop back, experience some pressure from Caleb Walker, who's right on his tail. He's going to end up dragging him down, but for some positive yardage. Caleb Walker had a heat-seeking missile on him. And it's going to be 4th down and about 6. They called it 4th and 5. This is about as much as a offense has gone for Bobcats tonight, so wouldn't be surprised if they keep them out. And it looks like that's what they're going to do here. And for the first time, they're facing a 4th down and not facing or having their backs towards the end zone. Remington Franklin's lined up alongside his running back. Solis is going to take some motion to the left side of the field. He's going to fake the handoff. He wants it downfield. He's got a man. It's going to be very close defended. No flags. And that will be a turnover on 4th down. He was looking for number 5, Houston Rowe. Floated it down there, was very tightly defended. Houston Rowe had a tight window on that one. And the safety was coming up at the top to get some help. So if that one was caught, he was not about to have a good time afterwards. Lindale still leads at 14-0. 9:02 left in this second quarter. And Lindale, first down. Still probably one of the tougher, if not the toughest, yardage that they're starting off from tonight, as Emilian Johnson's going to make a little shifty move. He's going to make a spin. Oh! Who was that made the tackle that just saved another score? That was number 4, Drew Linville. If he doesn't make that tackle, the safety, that was going to be quickly 20-0. Emilian Johnson just needs a little bit before he pops off. Real shifty guy. One of the big guys on that Lindale offense, Cam Griffin. First year as a captain, 6', 285. He was named as captain earlier, as Lindick's going to get this one out on the screen, who's going to get one good block and lower the shoulder for a strong pickup. It was a huge block that made that thing happen. It was Lincoln Lang. Opened up the gap, and all of a sudden, the Hallsville Bobcats were on their heels there. Strong pickup. And now the Eagles are starting to inch towards the red zone here. Emilian Johnson behind Lindig. They've been doing it all night long. Where Johnson starts back and then puts it back into him, and he's going to find his man again. The short pickup there, that would be Caden Fowler, falling right around the 5-yard line. He was wide open, nobody around him. Is he going to hand this one off? He's going to push through into the end zone. He made that one happen. Just kept on chugging along. Emilian Johnson. How about that? Second score of the night for the young man. Those legs just kept on moving forward. And quickly, 20-0. And it's kind of been you can't really stop him. You can just try to contain Emilian Johnson, who might have 1,000,000 yards or points by the end of this evening. 21-0, 7:19 left to go in this second quarter. All right, fixing to get this thing back going. Hallsville looking for its score of the first score of the night, first score of the season against this Lindale defense that has been one of the up-and-comers this year. Lindale obviously competes in that tough iron sharpens iron division as Lindale's going to make one block, or going to come off of a block. Hallsville get a nice little pickup there. They're going to start on their own 35-yard line. One of the better starts they've had all night long. But Lindale, it's going to be right in the mix there. Early in our preseason special, I picked them to do really well this season. Start competing. I mean, it's such a tough division or district to really make your name in, and I think they're fixing to really come up big this year, make a strong playoff run. And you know it's a tough playoff, or it's a tough district when you go deep in the playoffs and you got a matchup like last year. From the same district, Kilgore versus Chapel Hill, real deep in the playoffs. We could have a situation like that where any of these top 4 teams could make some noise in the playoffs later on, and that starts here tonight. And it's shown on this Lindale defense. Remington Franklin's back in the backfield for the Hallsville Bobcats. And we're going to have a timeout. And head coach is not happy with that one. That would be Josh Strickland coming off of the sideline, chewing out his squad. Frustrations high here for the Bobcats as, you know, you're down early, quarterback struggling to get things going here. They need to get something across before the halftime comes. And it will reminder will be a short halftime. It seems a little quieter out there than usual. It's because the band said, see ya. We're not sticking around for all this lightning delay stuff. But we did. Because we put East Texas first here at CBS 19. Hallsville back out onto the field. Franklin out of the shotgun. Solis a little bit up to his left. He's going to motion the running back. He's going to fake this screen. He looks downfield. He's got a man open for a brief minute. Oh, it's going to get broken up by the safety. Number 17, Ethan Pettigrew breaks that one up. That pass was intended for Coulter Evans, the senior. There was a short window there. That one came in at the last minute. Flashes of potential here for the Bobcats, broken up by that tough Lindale defense. So we'll have second down and 10 once more. This one going to get the handoff. He's going to have some room going around the outside, bounces off of a tackle. He's going to have a pickup of around 5. One of the stronger runs from the Bobcats tonight. That's Keontae Talley. So we'll have 3rd and 5, one of the closer third downs for the Bobcats tonight. Left here in the second quarter, first half. 6:20 left in this half. Solis going to motion to the left side of the pack. 2 receivers at the top of the screen. Franklin fakes the handoff. Play action. He's trying to hold off Cam. He's going to roll off to his left. He's got an open man over the field. Did he make the catch? There is a flag out. Good on Franklin to keep his eyes downfield. He was getting heavy pressure from Cam Beeson off of his backside, but this one looks like it's going to get called back. So a positive downage turns into negative. We're going to do it again, 3rd and 15. Hallsville backed way up. 6:04 left to play in this one. Eagles up 21-0. Hallsville motion behind the quarterback. And Franklin's going to go ahead and shoot upfield, but he's going to get swallowed up fast. He looked really excited when he started taking off. That window closed quickly. Swallowed up fast, and we will see a 4th down and 15. Ball on Hallsville's 30-yard line. Coulter Evans will be back there to punt. Hallsville still struggling to get things going on offense. Things haven't gone much better on defense either for him. And what you got to imagine is still slick conditions. These fields are designed to drain fairly fast, but the rain that we saw earlier, would not be surprised if that's still a factor here tonight. As this punt's going to be one of the better ones of the night. It's going to cross over half field, midfield. It's going to stop by the 40-yard line. Hallsville's going to get it, or Lindale's going to get it around the 42. 5:01 left to go in this first half. Well, we can say these Hallsville students are still packed around here. Looks like those members of that softball team are wearing their jerseys. You can tell because everyone else is wearing beach stuff. Must be some kind of beach night. Lindale going to get it on the 41-yard line. Lindig is going to hand it off to Emilian Johnson, who's just going to charge his way forward for another 5 or 6. Something that we've seen all night long. Coach Cochran's got to like what he's seeing here tonight from his Lindale Eagles. This is a season he's very excited for, as a lot of his guys are becoming seniors. Emilian Johnson to the left of Lindig again, who's fixing to be a junior this year. He's going to complete one over the middle. That's going to be good enough for a first down. One of the only downfield passes we've seen tonight is Brody Copeland, who comes up with the pass. Strong pickup there for the Eagles. You're starting to soar here in the air. Lindig and Emilian right next to each other. That's 1-2. It's been a 1-2 punch that we've seen all night long. I guess really, if you want to talk about it, it's been 2-1. Emilian Johnson keeps on charging forward. He's going to do it again here. Take it to the outside. He's going to just walk his way through for another first down. 3:43 left to play in this quarter. Hallsville not going to get much time to catch its breath in halftime. All the receivers packed down to the bottom of the screen for the Eagles, who are going to come around here and call timeout. The coach shot out onto the field to make it. We are going to take a short break for the timeout here on CBS 19 Stream Game of the Week. Welcome back to the Stream Game of the Week. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. Hallsville looking to claw its way back, but Lindale currently driving down the field. They lead 21-0, and there it is, Emilian Johnson getting some blocks upfield. He's going to pick up another 5 or 6, something that we've seen all night long as Hallsville struggles to have some kind of response to stop this kid who's been as shifty as albeit. Pops in, pops out, sheds a tackle, pops off of a tackle. He's been dangerous on the outside runs especially. He scored twice tonight. Lindale's got it on the 22-yard line in the second quarter here. Trip wide receivers on the bottom. Hank Thurman's going to move up to the side of Lindig. He's going to get the ball, and he's going to move it on the outside. He's going to get past one tackle. Will be enough for another first down. Eagles knocking on the door again, advancing the chains. Been a relatively clean ball game. Not a ton of penalties. We have seen just a few that have come out have been on the Hallsville Bobcats, especially the one that hurt them last drive. Turned a very positive play back, and then ended up facing a 3rd and 15, which eventually turned into a 4th down and a long punt. They are going to call a timeout. 1:59 left to play in the first half here. I guess it maybe is some kind of warning, 2-minute warning. Something new for high school ball in 2025.
We're going to start doing 2-minute quarters in football. They need to restart.
We'll be right back after this. All right, we're back. 2 minutes left to go in this half. Lindale, it's been all Lindale, 21-0, and they're looking to score again. There's Thurman in motion. He's going to fake the handoff to Emilian Johnson. He's going to go to the man right ahead of him. He was looking for number 21, Lincoln Lang, the tight end who had a ton of green grass ahead of him, a possible touchdown, but the throw was just a little bit under. One that we haven't seen from quarterback David Lindig a lot tonight has been the underthrow. We've seen a few going off the fingers here, but nothing underneath the fingers. Lindig had about 1,500 yards in the last year, was 101 for 223 in 2024 on completions. He's going to have a man to his left and right. He's going to hand it off to Johnson, who's going to shed a tackle early on. And that one could have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage, but it ended up turning into positive yardage in a lot of it. It was Remington Mills that couldn't quite get the ball, or quite get him down, and they were looking to maybe pull a fast one on him. And that one was a big play. That's a big man that just smushed Emilian Johnson. 77, Jaden McIntosh, the senior. He looks like he could. He looks like he could eat Emilian Johnson if he wanted to. That's a lot of poundage on him. It's going to be 4th and 5. They're going to bring the field goal crew out of it. And hey, that's progress for the Hallsville Bobcats. It's not going to look like it, but that's a victory in forcing the field goal here. Field goal attempt from it's about a 21-yard field goal. A 28-yard field goal. They will call a timeout. There's 44 seconds left to go in this ball game, or in this quarter, in this half. Huh. Week 1 for all of us here in the booth here as we're calling the first game of the season here on CBS 19.
caught the referee's eye, but you may have seen, it may have been both trying to do it. I don't know. Let's see what the board says.
So some positives from this drive for the Bobcats. They eventually did force a 4th down here. Another is that they got behind the offensive line of Lindale. Now they couldn't quite come up with the tackle, but it looks like they did end up bringing this one to a stop here. Now they're going to force the field goal from Lindale. Going out there to kick it, that's number 20, Camden Lane. From the 18-yard line, the kick is up. That one is going to be good. So Hallsville down 24-3. But hey, that's a victory. 40 seconds left in this half.
That's going to make it 24-0 Lindale with 40 seconds left in the first half. We'll be back to our net set.
And welcome back to CBS 19 Stream Game of the Week. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. The Hallsville Bobcats coming off of their first victory of the night, and it was a field goal. Lindale's kind of been doing whatever it wants on offense, and it's been going through a Million Johnson, who finally was stopped in this last drive. Now, looking to see something out of this Bobcat offense. We've seen flashes tonight. However, it's been brief, and they're not going to have much time to do it, as this one gets brought back to around the 13-yard line of the Bobcats. They got 35 seconds to get downfield. We'll see if they even want to do that. Not going to have much time, like I said earlier. Been a brief halftime, 10 minutes after a long delay. Mother Nature didn't want to get this game in, but Coach Cochran and the other good folks here at Hallsville really wanted to. And the fans have stuck it out. First down and 10 from the 18-yard line. 35 seconds left to play. Hallsville going to hand this one off. He's going to get swallowed up early on. And the clock will continue to run. We're at 25 seconds right now left to play in this one. Some scores from around East Texas tonight. Winsboro beat Tatum 55-28. Garrison beat Wascom 39-19. And Nacogdoches is currently up 28-7 on Palestine. Nacogdoches looking for some life in its game. The Bobcats going to hand this one out again. He's going to make a move, find some open grass, and that's going to be one of the strongest runs of the night that we've seen. It's going to be at the end of the first. Lindale currently goes into halftime. They're going to go into halftime up 24-0. Hallsville struggling to get anything else going on offense and defense. Finally found something, but they're going to need a real strong second half to get themselves back into this one. We'll see y'all very soon on CBS 19 Stream Game of the Week. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. Hello and welcome back to CBS 19 Stream Game of the Week. We got the second half between the Lindale Eagles, who are just doing whatever they want to the Hallsville Bobcats. Right now they currently lead 20-0. Just had a pretty strong kickoff return to just flex that muscle right after the short halftime. If you don't remember, it's been a long night here at Bobcat Stadium. This game was supposed to kick off at 7:30, ended up kicking off around 9:15, more like 9:20. Currently 10:32 here in Hallsville, USA, as Lindale lines up at 1st and 10 right at the 50. This one's going to get handed off, and it's going to drive right through for about 6. Strong pickup there from the Eagles. That was Emilian Johnson. He's going to pick up about 5. Some scores from around East Texas tonight. It'd be 55-28. Winsboro tops Tatum. Garrison rolled past Wascom 39-19. Nacogdoches piled up 28-7 on Palestine. That game might be still going on. Gladewater though, how about those Gladewater Bears downing Dangerfield 21-7. Dangerfield had a lot of momentum going into this year as Emilian Johnson. Oh, that's not Emilian Johnson, that's Hank Thurman. There he goes. Strong pickup there. For those questioning the score bug, I appreciate it. We are having an F in there. We're having some clock issues, so that's just going to fill in for us. It's currently 10:38 left in the third quarter. Lindig back out there. It's been a him and Emilian Johnson, mainly Emilian Johnson. Well, that's not Emilian Johnson. That's another handoff to Hank Thurman. Remington Mills back in there, making a stop for the Bobcats. I've heard his name called a few times tonight. He missed a tackle in the behind the line of scrimmage, making up for it there. Look at that number 77. We saw him really hit the running back, Emilian Johnson, hard. That's Jaden McIntosh at the nose. Oh, sorry, he's a guard. He's going to make his way through. Another handoff. Thurman just chugging through. So we're going to see some extracurriculars maybe going on in the backfield. Regardless, Hallsville is going to go ahead and pick up a few more. Going to be 3rd down here. Something we ain't seen a lot out of the Lindale Eagles. Emilian Johnson back out behind Lindig. Johnson tucked that flap that was behind his back last year, or last half. He's going to fake going out. He's going to get the handoff. He's going to make his way through with a burst of speed for a 1st down. He's pointing toward the end zone. He's been there a few times tonight. I'll tell you, man, that's a burst of speed that will put you playing at the next level. That kid gets fast, and he gets fast. I was talking to a coach afterwards. He said, yeah, that guy's pretty quick. I said, yeah, I'm seeing it. 1st down and 10, 8:38 left to go in this third quarter. Johnson going lining up next to his buddy. 1-2. One's going to fake the handoff. He's wanting a man. There's no one in the corner of that end zone. That one potentially picked off there. Dangerous passes. There may be some confusion there in the corner end zone. They were trying to float that one out there. Just nobody home. Number 21, DeKavion McElroy. He just barely missed that one. So maybe a little cross up there. It'll be 2nd down and 10, 8:23 left in the ball game. Emilian Johnson back to the left of Lindig. Johnson's going to get the handoff. He's going to cut inside after looking to the out. He's going to pick up around 3 or 4. I'll tell you what, these Lindale Eagles are mean. You're looking at these on the receivers on the outside. They're finishing their blocks.
Out of Tyler from Chris's mother Francis. Texas High with the win, 57 to 44.
Looks like Texas High just finished with a win over Tyler Legacy. Legacy was starting that sophomore quarterback after Zach Davis was hurt. Looks like they were able to move the ball a little bit, score at least 35 against that tough Texas High team. Lindale knocking on the door again, 3rd and 5. Emilian Johnson's going to get the handoff. Doesn't look like he made it to enough to advance the chains. It's going to be 4th and short here. Looks like Lindale's going to make some substitutions out there. Emilian Johnson's going to stay on the field. The offense looks like it's going to stay on the field. Looks like they're just bringing a little more meat out there. Check that out. Number 99, Cam Beeson, is out on the field, typically a defensive guy. Also, looks like Caleb Walker's out there with him too. Heavy set here. They're going to hand it off to Emilian Johnson's going to leap forward. He's going to get enough. Looks like he's got enough. I'm also about 100 yards off and about 100 yards high. I got a tough view up here. So Lindale brings out the heavy set, brings out the big boys. Hallsville says, we stopped it. We're waiting in Hallsville. Looks like they did the stop it. The refs come in and point in the other direction. That'll be a turnover on downs. Some momentum flipping going around here in the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The Bobcats, going to be tough field position, but hey, that's got some momentum on their side. Maybe this is what they needed to get those gears churning on the offense. Cochran is not excited. Head coach Lindale Cochran is not very pleased with the call. So on their own 12-yard line, the Hallsville Bobcats are going to get the ball after the turnover. Remington Franklin, after a clap, he's going to hand it off to the running back, who's not going to get very far. He ran into Caleb Walker, who just stayed on the field after that, after coming out for that offensive play. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Wasn't able to advance the ball at all on that one. So quarterback Franklin has basically his heels on the end zone. He's going to fake the clap. He's going to pass it off to the screen. He was looking for Houston Rowe. Was able to pick up a few yards. Wasn't able to shake his man, though. It'll be a 3rd and long situation. It'll be 3rd down and 6. 5:55 left to go in this quarter. Lindale ate up a ton of time on that first drive. Ate up just about half of this quarter. They're obviously just running the ball, trying to get this thing going, trying to go home. It's been a long night. Franklin takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Pressure early. He's going to give it to his man. Hit immediately. Eli Solis, who hasn't gotten active tonight, one of those guys, one of the bigger guys on that Bobcat team who you want to get the ball in the hands of. He's got a few Division I offers, but that one was going to be a tough one the entire time. He had a man in his back by the time the ball got to him. It's going to be 4th and 5 as the Bobcats going to have to punt after forcing the turnover.
Struggle right now for the punters, the Bobcats, and Hallsville now punting away. They may have someone else. I don't think it's Evans back.
You know, I think I'm filled up on my hand, well, one hand at least, on the amount of times that the Bobcats have had to punt tonight. And they're going to take this punt. He's going to take an immediate hit after fielding the punt. That was number 6, Caden Fowler, who grabbed it, got hit, powered forward a little bit, got hit again, and there is a flag on the field.
Took some exception to a little bit of that side.
Got some unnecessary roughness on the field, a little excessiveness, a little pushing, a little shoving after this one.
You don't need that happening.
That's what drew the flag. And the Eagles are going to get pushed back here a little bit to the 41-yard line of the Bobcats.
When you make a return like that in traffic,
so the Lindale Eagles back out onto the field. Gotta like what you're seeing from the offense tonight, specifically from the running game. And it's not like the passing game has been that much further behind. It's just the running game's been that effective tonight. Fowler in motion. He's going to take the handoff after the jet sweep. He's going to find a hole and drive up for the first down. Pickup of about 12. Lindale's been real effective on these outside runs, just squeaking around these edges.
Checking out the trenches, talking about number 60 for needing a jersey. There are a couple of big old boys out there.
And I did check to make sure Emilian is actually his first name. That is the government name, as Lindale's going to get some pressure early off the edge. That's number 88. Cole Smith coming around for the Bobcats, was disrupting that play. Was one of the first ones to get a hand on the quarterback all night long. That offensive line from Lindale really holding strong tonight, headed by Cam Griffin. He wants to play over at Tarleton. He's number 60, right in the middle of that offensive line. Second down and 10. This one's going to go to Johnson, who's going to get caught in the backfield. He's able to shed a few, and that one's going to be a tackle for loss. Big time loss. One of the first times we've seen someone stop behind the line of scrimmage tonight for the Lindale. It's going to be 3rd and 18 as the Bobcat defense starting to make some strides here later on in the ball game. 4:06 left to go in this third quarter.
37-yard line. So again, 3rd and 17 here for the Eagles. We'll see.
Eagles on the 37-yard line.
Pistol formation.
Emilian, the snap is fumbled. The quarterback's just going to fall on it. Lindig, another strong, another gimme for the Bobcats. Defense starting to do their part. Got to capitalize on moments like this if you're the Bobcat offense. It's going to be 4th and 19. The ball's on the 39-yard line. Bobcat's going to get one of the best field positions they've had tonight if this punt can be well or go out of bounds.
But look at this, the second drive, second stop, but a lot of time off the clock.
3:15 left to play. Punter's going to roll out, get this one down. It's going to fall right inside the 10-yard line. So maybe not such good starting position for the Bobcats. They're going to get it inside of the 10-yard line. 3:02 left to play in the third quarter. Nevertheless, that's 2 stops without points, or 2 drives without points for Lindale. Definite progress for this Bobcat defense. Now it's the offense's turn. Because of such a late night, it was senior night. That has been determined that said, hey, let's maybe put this on another night that's not going to be up so late. Lord knows that high school seniors don't like to stay up late, right, guys? Franklin starting inside the end zone. Pressure off of his blind side. He's going to get hit. He's going to throw it into the back of a blocker. Wasn't able to link up with his receiver on that end. Immediate pressure off the back end of him. Close to finding a way to put some points on the board for the Lindale Eagles. That was Mason Huron coming off the edge for the Lindale Eagles. Dangerous on both sides. Franklin lined up under the eye in Hallsville. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Ooh, almost picked off. Another dangerous play. It was number 19, Kalani Quitiuga. That was a tough play. He was looking for the screen. He was looking for Houston Rowe off the end of the screen, and it's just close defense.
Yeah, to me, but that's just me. Fair enough. They're letting him play, and as they should. But
Third down and 10. Franklin motions out. He's going to start scrambling. He's going to find a man. He's got one. He's going to turn upfield a little bit. He's going to shake a tackle. He's going to find some room, and all of a sudden they're out of their end zone. That was number 7, Isaiah Rabadon. The senior wide receiver is going to have one of the bigger pickups of the night for the Bobcats. Finally pick up a first down. It's been a minute since they've done that. Franklin made a good job rolling out, keeping his eyes downfield to find the open man. He's going to clap twice, delayed snap. He's going to hand this one off, and it's going to go straight into a wall there. That defensive line for the Eagles has just been eating up everything inside of it, just a black hole.
yeah, that's Cam Beeson.
That 99-0 combination, they got both ends of the spectrum of the number scale,
He was just showing some love.
and they eat up every number that walks inside of it.
Yeah. Oh, that just makes me smile. Yeah, if it was cold, if it was just cold outside, that would make things a whole lot better. 2:12.
2:12 left in this quarter. Franklin out of the pistol, 3 receivers to the left of him. He's going to hand this one off to number 8. That's Blaine Hendersley. He went to the outside, pickup of around 4. The clock's going to continue to roll here. We've managed to get a few drives in at the back end of this quarter, but the Lindale Eagles ate up a ton of time with that very first drive.
Was that the one that made the run? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, this just
Yeah.
No, that was So 3rd and 7, make it 3rd and 6 from the 33-yard line.
Here, 1:22 left here in this third quarter.
3rd down and 6. Eagles lead at 24-0.
Twins on the near side.
Bobcats looking to get something going. They're going to hand it off on 3rd down. That one's not going to go very far.
They collapsed right in that middle, and they've seen something over these last few drives, and the coaches have decided to run a plan to collapse that whole thing.
50 seconds left to go in the quarter. Hallsville needs points, and they're going to play like it. They're going to keep the offense out there. 4th down and 6. Solis in motion. He's going to fake the handoff, get some protection. He's going to look to Solis on the outside, but that one closely defended by Jackson Legros, who was in front of the receiver on that end. Solis did not get much on it. He's going to turn towards the defense. That one's going to be a turnover on downs. Bobcats struggling to get something going here on offense. The defense putting in its work. It's developed. It's grown since the first half, where Emilian Johnson was just doing whatever he wanted alongside Jackson Parker. Parker did leave the game with an injury. Haven't seen much of him since. Under 30 seconds to go in the third quarter, as Lindick's going to pass this one to the outside, and that's going to be a pickup of about 11 on the screen pass. That's Brody Copeland with the reception. Haven't seen a ton of success from either team tossing it downfield, but there's been a lot of success off the screen pass. And the clock's going to run out. We will see you in the 4th quarter. Lindale up big, 24-0. All right, welcome back to CBS 19 Stream Game of the Week. If you're a Lindale fan, you're doing really well right now, up 24-0. That defense has held strong from the Eagles, who are looking to score once more. If you're a Hallsville fan, the defense starting to moving in the right direction. We have one Hallsville fan actually at the CBS 19 studios. As look at that, they come up with a big stop. Once again, behind the line of scrimmage, that's Remington Mills. We've seen his name called a few times tonight. He's been managed to get behind that line of scrimmage and make some tackles on that shifty run game from the Lindale Eagles, headed by Emilian Johnson. Actually, like as I was saying, down in the CBS 19 office, one of our producers, an alum of Hallsville. She's also an alum of SFA. Both teams purple, both teams not having that great of a night right now. Lindig out of the pistol, hands it off. Oh, he's going to keep it himself. He fools everybody. He's going to make his way into the end zone. We've seen him hand it off all night long. This time he pulls it on the option, says, I'll do it myself. No one followed him in. It was fooling everybody. For another 6 for the Lindale Eagles. We haven't seen Lindig do anything on his legs tonight. We've seen him throw it out a little bit and haven't seen him tuck it and run for the first time tonight. How about he goes for 6? It's a good ratio. Extra point is up and good. And just like that, the Lindale Eagles wake back up, put up 31. Just a few seconds into the first quarter, or the fourth quarter, excuse me. 11-14 left in these 12-minute quarters. Again, I don't do the math. That's why I'm talking. It was a short drive.
Man, what a run.
We'll be right back as they gather for the kickoff. Welcome back after that highlight touchdown from David Lindig, who tucked it and ran for the first time tonight. Lindale piling on here, 31-0 in week 1. Their very first time officially on the field in 2025, and could not have been going any better for those Lindale Eagles. 11-14 left to go in this fourth quarter. Still have not seen much of anything from this Hallsville offense. The quarterback, Remington Franklin, hasn't had a ton of time to do much either. That offensive line has just been punished by that defensive line. The Lindale Eagles have been spearheaded by Caleb Bug Walker, who is a Houston commit. Houston played tonight, got that win over SFA for the Big 12. Bobcats getting onto the right foot of the season. Like I said, it's been a tough night for the purple teams. Remington Franklin's going to roll out to his right, look downfield. He's going to find an open man, just throws it a little bit to the right. He was looking for number 7, Rabadon. That would have been a large pickup if it was just a little bit behind him, because he had the man running across the field wide open. Nobody was on him. There was a flag on the play. Looks like we're going to be backing up a little bit on the Hallsville side. It's going to be 2nd and 20. So things just go from bad to worse after that play. So at this point, probably just looking for some positives to leave on this offense for this game. Trips receivers at the top of the screen for the Bobcats. They're going to hand this one off up the middle. Finally gets a short glimpse of light, but that one swallowed up quickly by Darkness. That was number 11, Chase Woodley, coming up for the tackle there. Woodley's a senior on this squad, and spoke at a little bit at halftime to one of the coaches over at Lindale. He said, hey, you know, I was coaching, I was developing these guys. We've been excited about this group for a long time, since they were junior high, middle school. We knew this was going to be a special group, and they finally are growing up, putting on that man muscle, growing and developing to their body. He says, we're going to see some pressure off the side. He's going to finally get that one out off to the screen. He's going to churn this one up, bring it back to the original line of scrimmage. Franklin getting some pressure off of his blind side from number 33. That's Mason Heron. We've heard his name a few times tonight. But like I was saying, these coaches are really amped up for the squad that they have right now. And they're going to need it. We spoke a little bit about it earlier, but they play in a tough division. They got Kilgore. They got Pine Trees, had a great year last year. Gilmer. Van's always tough. 3rd and 10. Fake the handoff. Franklin wants it deep. He's got Solis over the middle. And he's going to shake off a man. He's got some open space. Makes a cut. He's going to get swallowed up just after the 20-yard line. But the biggest play of the night for the Bobcats, and it's the big man Solis, the tight end. We had him down as one of the men to watch out for on this offense. 6'4", 210. He's got some authors from Southeastern Oklahoma State, Mary Hardin, East Central University. He's looking to make a name for himself as they're going to hand this one off, try to keep the momentum going here late in the ball game. 9:28 left to play. And we do have a man down, slow to get up. For the Bobcats, we're going to have an injury timeout. Who is it? He's trying to make his way off the field. It'll be 71, Luke Holson, listed as an offensive lineman, the junior offensive lineman. But yeah, Eli Solis, baseball player as well. Big fans of baseball and softball here in Hallsville. Something they take pride in. It's his profile picture on Twitter. I guess known as X now.
That's what happens. He's got a 2nd down and 11, looks like, for Hallsville, but they've got to keep pushing, and they're going
2nd and 10, 9:15 left to play. 2nd and 11, excuse me.
after that great pass.
Franklin, all alone in the backfield. He's looking for the screen. On the running back, turns and finds the ball, but it's going to get swallowed up fast.
Looks like to the original line of scrimmage, you're getting the 1st down, but they do get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Be 3rd down. They are what could be within kicking range. We haven't seen much of the kicking game from these Bobcats tonight, but they are on the 17-yard line. It'd be a 27-yard, maybe a little bit longer of a field goal.
And it just hasn't worked, and the Lindale Eagles sniffed that one out like it's something that's been sitting
8:35 left to go in this ball game. We have seen number 13 at on the sideline, Alex Guerrero, kicking into the net. Franklin trips to his left. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to get some pressure. Ooh, wasn't able to escape. Cam Beeson got one hand on him, and that was enough. That's all it took.
He just grabbed a hold for dear life.
Not the tallest guy, but he just might be the strongest. 6'1", 295. Yeah, one seems to be enough. That'll be 4th down and 13.
But true to form, the Lindale Eagles defense just locked it up.
He's following with to the guy to the next of him, Caleb Walker. Both of them throw shot put.
With a field goal,
I don't know if there's a correlation between shot putting and sacking the quarterback,
7:35 left here, clock around.
but both of them do both.
Get some points on the board.
So here's the kick from Guerrero. It's going to be a fake. Oh, he's rolling out and not a ton left to go. Oh. So a little excitement from Houston Rowe, who's looking out and rolling out. Problem is there's just nobody open. I don't even know if there's nobody open. There's just nobody there in the first place. So they try the fake field goal.
that was a fake field goal.
Didn't go anywhere, though.
Wow.
That was a little messy to begin with. Honestly, I think I'm just getting the points there.
Well, I mean, you got to.
I guess it's good opportunity.
So here comes the Lindale offense,
Anyway, Lindale coming back
who's
out.
just scored once at the turn of the half. A positive, definitely a positive for this Hallsville Bobcats, who's scrambling for something to look forward to after tonight. Lindig's going to hand this one off. That one's going to get jumped on early. Who was it? Number 88. Looks like it was Cole Smith that was there fast. Big time loss there. New running back in there for the Lindale Eagles. That's number 24, Andre Foster, the junior. Haven't seen much of him tonight, but when you got Million Johnson running like how he was, I don't blame him.
On reading that quarterback and those backs because it bit him in the behind down here earlier. But he did a great
Bobcats
job.
rushing 4.
So it's actually back at running back 24.
That one's going to get, after a quick pass, that one's going to be a little bit too much to the right. That was intended for Hank Thurman. That one will fall incomplete. 2nd and 12 for the Bobcats. Bobcat defense. 6:43 left to go in this ball game.
Reach anyway. And then we got what, 3rd down and about 13 now for the Eagles with 6:43 left in the ball game.
Dusty has to be back at work in 5 hours.
Twins on both sides here.
Screen coming from Lindig. That one's going to go about 3-4.
That's the original line of scrimmage.
The clock is going to keep running on this one. 6:30 left to go in the 4th. It's currently 11:05. Well, it took me about an hour to get home, or to get here. For Lindale, got to be a little bit more. Still learning my East Texas geography, but from what I remember, it's a school day tomorrow. These guys might be yawning in first period a little bit. Don't think I blame them. I might be yawning for the first hour of work tomorrow.
Make it a successful business trip.
But the Bobcats
Lindale currently leading this one 31-0. Make sure you're sticking around watching CBS 19 tomorrow. We got our first Under the Lights show. We will be at Pine Tree for their matchup. As, look at this, Lindale punting. Haven't seen that a ton tonight. It's going to be pretty good field position for the Bobcats. It's going to be right around midfield, right under the H.
thought about it and then he decided probably got
But tomorrow, site game. It's going to be at at Pine Tree, home of the Pirates.
bingo to get away.
Big time game there. Our game of the week, headed by Damian Bartonic. Lufkin versus Longview. That's going to be a good one. Was one of the best games last year.
So here we go.
7-3. Longview just kept that streak alive. They've won 8 in a row. One of the longest winning streaks in that matchup's history.
In the ball game, kind of the last hurrah, Conrad.
Bobcats going to line up. 5:35 left to go in this ball game. Some movement from Noah Collins, who's going to get it. There's a fake. He's got a man wide open downfield. Look who it is. He's going to get in there for the touchdown. The fake. That's number 17 who caught it. Dax Ani, the sophomore wide receiver. No flags. And that's 6 for the Bobcats, who put something on the board, pulling out all the tricks in the fourth quarter, down 31 now to 6. They faked the field goal. Now they pulled out some trickery here at the end of the ball game. Hey, it worked. Good enough for 6. Lindale caught on their heels there. And there's a touchdown, and they're going to be going for the extra point here, which is up and good. 31 to 7. And, you know, there goes the saying, nobody scores 31 straight points on the Bobcats. So for the first time tonight and for the first time in 2025, the Hallsville Bobcats scored a touchdown, and it's the one guy that has been dying to throw all night long. He didn't get to throw very much. He barely got to throw it up the field on the fake field goal. Houston Rowe, the wide receiver, the guy who isn't really qualified to throw as much as the quarterback, but he made a big one there to number 17. That one ended up going for 6. And the special teams unit for Hallsville struggling to bring down number 9, Brody Copeland. 31-7 Eagles lead this matchup, which is winding down. Not as close as last year's matchup for the Bobcats.
That's exactly what they needed to get that. Remington, Franklin, to Houston Road.
So the Eagles defense only allowed 1 score this half after letting up 24 points in the first quarter, or the first half. Lindig, 2x2, new running back, Andre Foster to his right. He's going to get out in motion. There's the screen. Foster had the block, but the screen to Brody Copeland just couldn't quite get handled, and that one's going to fall incomplete.
Pretty well and blew it up more than they had in the past, and that's why I got incomplete. Really didn't have enough.
I do apologize, correction there. That was Brody Copeland there. Twins on the far side here. Lindig with the play action pass. Rolling out to his right.
Looking for Copeland again. That one's going to be in the dirt.
No, he was rushed.
Bobcat Stadium's pretty quiet right now. Hasn't had a ton to cheer about tonight. The student section's thinned out a little bit, but they did stick around for a while after that long delay. Did my live hit at around 6 o'clock, and the kids were very excited to be inside of it. They wanted to film, say their own words afterwards. We got some shots of them. Lindig's going to hand this one off to his man. He's got a lot of open room over the middle. He's going to charge forward for a solid 15 to 18-yard pickup, somewhere in between there. Look at Foster moving forward, turning the legs. 4:50 left to go in this ball game. The offensive line did a great job just making a hole.
But they get a first down, and now
4:30 on the clock. Lindale in no hurry to get this thing going. Lindig looks to hand it off again, right up the middle. Hey, number 72. We've heard it a few times tonight. There he is again, Remington Mills. third tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
With the dress.
We got 4 minutes left here. Clock is running here from
Oh,
Hallsville.
okay.
Texas.
Hallsville will pack it up next week.
And we appreciate everybody
Head down on Friday night to Crandall in Crandall, Texas at 7 o'clock.
games tomorrow. We've got a game Saturday, and we've got a plethora.
Lindale next week. It's got Mount Pleasant. They'll be at home. They'll be at home in Lindale for that one. That will be another Friday night matchup as well. That'll be at 7 o'clock
Second and 10 from the 40.
Central Time.
Eagles going left to right.
Twins on both sides.
Lindale
Oh,
handing it off again, and met immediately. Number 62, Gage Carter,
in on that was
the sophomore, getting some reps in. Makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Made that stop. Very good job from a defensive line.
He was all over that one.
Giovanni Garcia.
3:10 left to go in this ballgame.
Yes, you know, Hallsville is behind in this ball game. It is 31-7.
Lindale traveled pretty well. They're taking over the middle of that visitor stands here in Bobcat Stadium. Holds 8,300 people. You know, bleachers can be tough to tell how many people can withstand or stand up in these stands. They're going to hand it off again. Foster's going to power through a man. He had a nice little open slot for him to slide in through.
he sent a cross into Hallsville territory.
That'll be a crossing over midfield. 2:30 left to go in the ball game.
And I can understand we have a thing on chat that says Hallsville acting like or celebrating like they did.
31-7. Lindale still ahead. They're on the 48-yard line.
I would rather than be celebrating than have their heads down and moping around.
Fourth and 6 right now.
Because
Fourth down.
shows me that they're well coached. That shows me that they're given, you know,
For the Eagles, the Bobcats hold once more.
Nobody back to return this punt.
so I would rather them not have their heads down than mad than starting fights than doing this. I'd rather them be happy and celebrate.
4th and 5.
So if you're the defensive coordinator for the Hallsville Bobcats, once again, got to be feeling pretty good on how your defense has responded to such a strong offensive start for the Eagles. The punt is going to go pretty high. Last punt inside on this side of the ball on the field finished inside of the 10-yard line. That one's going to accidentally bounce off of number 19 on Lindale. That was Kalani Quitiuga. Didn't look like he intended to touch it, but either way, it was inside of the 10-yard line. Still another solid punt from the Lindale punter.
Lindale has been
Contact with the ball at the 10-yard line, so that's where Hallsville will take it.
Well, this one's pretty easy to sum up in the end there. Lindale did pretty much everything right.
built on next week, like you said.
Hallsville got some things to work on. You know, it's very early, so it's not. I mean, there's some alarms there, but he could just be knocking out some of the dust. Lindale is a very good team. It is a 4A team. It is still a very good 4A team, playing in one of the toughest 4A divisions in East Texas. Definitely some things to work on for the Bobcats. For example, stopping the run, but they did develop that a little bit later on. I'd say most of the worries come on offense. They've shined in a few big explosive plays. The problem is they're very few and in between. They need to capitalize on some of the offensive or the defensive momentum that's been provided to them. We just haven't seen much on those runs up the middle that they've forced a lot in this ball game.
But I got to give it to, you know, I'm looking down, the fans are still here. The ones that, I mean,
58 seconds left to go in the ball game.
not a lot of them are here.
Hallsville's right where they've been all game long with their backs to the end zone.
But they're still here on both sides.
Remington Franklin
So it's been a great game.
takes the snap out of the gun. He's going to hand this one off. It's going to go straight up the middle, not much further after that.
I got to be somewhere tomorrow. I got to take my 3-year-old to school tomorrow. And I still got to drive to Tyler.
30 seconds, and we're going to start to close out here at Bobcat Stadium as Lindale walks into Bobcat Stadium and dominates, and they're going to start lining up here right at the end of this ball game. It's official. Lindale moves on to 1-0. Hallsville's got some work to do. They're going to fall to 0-1. 31-7. The Eagles soar and take this one. Y'all, this is just the start of our Under the Lights coverage here on CBS 19. And we got it all going on tomorrow as well. Like I said, site game going to be at Pine Tree. Game of the week, Longview Lufkin. Going to be one of the best games in East Texas. You're not going to want to miss that. Plus, we got our Under the Lights show and about all night's worth of content coming from scores and highlights from all over East Texas. Y'all tune in to CBS 19 tomorrow night. I'll see you there. You've been watching our stream game of the week. I'm Jimmy Zierfoss. See you tomorrow night.